Hello and welcome back to RJ Outdoors. Oh, steady. Welcome back to another Norfolk beach. It's where I live. And today I'm not fishing. Today I am looking for an abandoned railway which has ended up on the beach. I apologise for the mirrored glasses. Yeah, so somehow a single gauge, single track railway line has ended up on the beach. It hasn't been washed up. There is different theories as to how and why it ended up here on a Norfolk beach. So the walk is about 2 miles from the car, pretty much a straight walk that direction under the cliffs. Let's go and check it out. I'll talk more about the railway when we get there. But as for now, we'll start walking. I'm walking along to where I believe this abandoned, disused railway is. There's a lot of cedar fence, old cedar fence. A lot of it's gone, as you can see. We're quite close to the cliffs. These are the highest cliffs in Norfolk, and over the years they've been hit by quite a lot of erosion. So you think that the cedar fence is there, and there's your cliffs. Every year along this stretch of beach over winter, when we get the winter storms, it gets hit hard, battered, absolutely battered. So the first theory is about this railway that it used to run possibly along the top of the cliffs, and due to erosion over the years, it's now got a helicopter going over. Sorry if you can't hear me. So one of the theories is that the railway used to run along the top of the cliffs, and due to the erosion, it's now ended up down here. Old houses here, look. Roof tiles, old houses. Potentially, that is the first theory. It's not a bad one at that. There's 2 more theories, and there's one which I think is a lot more believable, if you want to say that, if we can find it. I've done a bit of research, and people normally come in the winter, so I don't know if over the summer it gets covered and then in the winter it's more exposed after those winter storms. Right, stretch on. That really didn't take long at all. So we just passed those old groins, what I want to say are old groins, and we come to the first thing, which means we're there at the site of the railway. And I can actually see track over there in the distance. But we'll go and have a look at that in a moment. The first thing, point of interest, is this. Now, I've seen other videos of this, and it doesn't do it justice because it looks tiny. But this is the rear of, they believe, a lorry or some sort of equipment to do with the railway. Now, it's a lot bigger. We've actually got the tyre models around this side. There, look. So I don't know if at some point a lorry's tried to get down, or if it's got something to do with the railway. Who knows? There's another, looks like a rear axle or some description. Obviously it's been heavily, that's an engine, might be some sort of engine. It's been heavily corroded. Sun's out that way. Heavily corroded by the sea, which is over this concrete wall. Now, believe it or not, I've walked here many times, but I didn't know about this. I normally walk. There's a concrete platform on the other side of this here, which is like a promenade, should we say? It's quite high up, but that, we normally walk along that. So I didn't know that this was here. Right, so walking away from that, what we believe to be a lorry axle, come to this small bit of single gauge. It's quite wide, railway line. Excuse the shadows. We're early-ish in the morning, and we've got the sun behind us. This bit. So now we come to the longer, more complete stretch. After we've got this bit that's been overturned, I reckon, by the winter storms. There we go. Yes. So as we're walking along this railway, I will go through the other two theories with you. So the first theory, like I said to you, is this railway ran along the top of the cliffs. Yeah, there is a little bit, I reckon, but going back through old maps, obviously railway lines are documented, and there's no documentation of this railway line running along the top of the cliff. It's a bit of a gap here, some heavy rocks, and then we've got another longer section coming up. Obviously there's all bits and bobs laying around. So the next theory is that this railway line, because obviously back in the day, not sure where the dog is, before we had like advanced four-wheel drive vehicles, things like that, that this railway line was used to help build the sea defences, which do run for miles along the coast. So that's theory number 2. Now theory number 3, which I really do like the sound of, is during the war times, World War I and World War II, as some of you might know, the Norfolk coast was littered with RAF bases, defences, that's the word I'm looking for. Yeah, defences to help defend the country. One of the defences was landmines. And the third theory is that this railway line was laid along the beaches to help clear said mines after the war finished. There is a photo knocking around of this in action, and if I can find it, I will pop it on the screen for you somewhere. So that's the bit on the beach there. There's a few other bits of metal further along, which we're going to go and have a look at. If it's nothing, and then there's nothing in it. Like I said, I normally walk up here on this side. So I've missed out on this. All right, get her a drink in a minute. So like I said to you, as a lot of things fall into the sea here, here's a remnants of a house, something like that. Big old wall. So we're that little bit further along now. There's no more railway, but there is a lot of steel girders. I don't know what they're from, if they were some sort of sea defence, or if they're actually anything to do with why there's all that railway along there. It's a bundle of old cables, rusted together. Must have had something to do with the railway. There is another suggestion that it was powered by cable. So let's go back look at the railway. That's really cool, man. Really cool. We just stopped, had a drink. She's had a drink of water. She's ready to bark at everyone again, aren't you? Right, coming back to the track again. I'm hoping that no kids come down here or anyone comes down here and ruins it, because it's really cool. Just like, it's left. Did the tides, you know, have something to do with why they just left it here? Who knows? Now, what's your theories, everyone, to why this railway was here? See, I thought it was, see, all these different videos, it's quite thin, but it's not. Obviously, it's not as wide as a standard, I'm not really a train nerd, not as wide as a standard gauge, but it's still quite wide. Anyway, what's your theory as to why this railway line is still here? What was it used for, do you think? I'd love to hear your ideas down in the comments. This is incredible on a nice warm, you know, August day. I reckon in the winter time, when we've got the big crashing waves coming over there, I reckon this has got some air about it. Proper eerie. So there's a lot of, let's scrap this sort of end, but you can see. Right, let's do one more little lap. Let's look at that. That's mad. Absolute madness. Let's go and do one more walk along there. There it is. The abandoned Trimmingham railway line on the beach. I've got to be careful because I'm walking backwards. Why? Why am I doing this? Who knows? Anyway, thanks very much for watching. Yeah, let me know your thoughts down below as to why you think this railway line is along the beach. Building there, look. There's buildings and stuff. Yeah, thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you all soon.